It's almost guaranteed when you create tables in a Microsoft Word document, at some point you may need to go back and make some adjustments. Perhaps you need additional rows or columns, or maybe you have too many and you need to remove some. That's what we're going to investigate right now as we continue working with our asparagus file. If you jump to this lesson, you can get caught up by opening up Asparagus 5. We're going to work with the table on page 1, our ingredient list. As soon as we click inside a table, you'll notice that the table tools appear at the end of the ribbon with two tabs, Design and Layout. Let's say we wanted an extra row above the first row. Well, all we have to do is make sure our cursor is flashing in the first row when we go up to the Layout tab into the Rows and Columns section, and you'll notice options for inserting rows and columns. Above your flashing cursor, below, and same thing for columns, only left and right. We want one above. So watch what happens to our current header row. You can see the bold formatting that's applied to our first row by default. When we insert above, by clicking Insert Above, the bolding's gone. It's no longer the header row. The first row is always the header row. So let's just click in the second cell and type in all caps, Ingredient List. That's our new title. So it is the header row, and we see that when we go to the Design tab here under Table Tools that is indeed turned on. Okay, let's go back to Layout now. Let's say we want to insert an extra column between quantity and description. Well, it doesn't matter where we are in our table, as long as we're in one of those columns, when we go up to the Rows and Columns section to insert a column. If we're in the right-hand column, we want to insert one on the left. If we're in the first column, we want to insert one to the right. So it's nice you don't have to be anywhere specific. You just have to choose the right insertion button. Let's choose Insert Left. There we go. And you can see what happens here. The column widths are adjusted for us automatically, and we probably want to make some changes. To do that, just go to the border between the new second column and the third column, and when you see the double arrows going left and right, that means you're on the border. Click and drag to adjust. Now, another option is, if you want to be specific, to type in the width. You'll notice that here in the Layout tab as well in the cell size. So for the width, I currently see 1.33. You probably see something different, but we can click to highlight and type in our own value, like 1.3, for example. And when you hit Enter, it's adjusted for you. All right, then we realize, wait a second, we really don't need that column at all. We have everything we need. So as long as we're anywhere in that column, we can go back to the ribbon with the Layout tab selected under Table Tools and choose to delete. Click the Delete drop-down, and you'll see your options: the cell, the entire column, the row, or the entire table. Now, if we had multiple cells selected going across multiple columns, we could delete all those columns at once, but we haven't done that. We're just flashing in the one column, which is all we want to delete. So when we click Delete Columns, it's gone. Now, one thing that didn't happen is our second column here didn't stretch out to the margin. So we might have a little bit of fixing up to do by going off to the right here. First, though, you'll notice that column 1 is a little too narrow. Let's click and drag it off to the right. And let's go to the very far border on the right-hand side. Again, you're looking for that double arrow pointing left and right to click and drag. Let's go all the way to about 6.5 and release. Beautiful. So it's no problem when you create a table. You're not really stuck with what you have as far as the design and layout go. You can add and remove rows and columns at any time.